Ballistics are complicated, and I don't pretend to be on top of all of that science. But what I do know is that a simple practical test can find the best loads for a given rifle, and that the best practical accuracy with any rig is achieved by loading specifically for that rifle. And this is where the ladder test comes in. I took charge weights from 40 to 44.5 in half-grain increments and loaded up 3 of each, using all the extra steps and caution that's appropriate for precision loads.
Wait, are those primers that you're poking out?
Those are primers that I'm poking out.
Oh, do you need the primers?
Well, these are spent primers.
Do you need them to, like, make the bullets?
Americans were the only ones that used the semi-automatic rifle, the M1. Great weapon, by God. Garand, great one. Everybody loved it.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, it's of that crowd, there's probably someone who's an expert on everything that I've talked about.
Well, okay, when the guy from the Israeli Defense Force in Tel Aviv calls us up and says, hey, this is what we do. Okay. Yeah. All right, okay. Yeah. I believe you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But until then, okay, which I'm sure somebody's making a comment right now.
Yeah, probably.
In Jerusalem, hey, look at this is the way we do it.
Yeah.
All right, okay, all right.
There's a link to pictures.
That's right. Okay, all right. I guess we were wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm open-minded.
Yeah. That's all right. I don't always do a good job with this, but I try to remember not to say anything with too much certainty.
That's right, you're right.
Because, I mean, I'm only one person, I can't possibly know everything.
This is an opinion. It's a cosmic struggle for their religion to survive, because the Crusaders are going to come there and wipe out, convert them all to Christianity, and no more, free the women, and do all this liberal stuff.
And it's an ultimate irony, because what do you hear? All these Americans, you know, Sharia law is coming to the United States, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We've got soldiers over there.
That's right.
Like, we have, the military is over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, just because a couple of them.
For this ladder, I shot at 200 yards to have enough difference to be able to read the results. I fired one shot of each charge weight at the same aim point in sequence. I used a GoPro downrange to be able to later tell which shot was which.
40. .5. .41. .5. 42. 42.5. 43. 43.5. 47 on the velocity, driving them pretty hard out of this 20. But still no pressure sign. All right, 44. Okay, 44.5. This is max load in the highest book. Hold a little left. Not a bad trigger pull, just a little wobble right there at the end. No pressure sign in this one either. We're good all the way up to 45. No extractor swipe, no brass flow. We're good to go.
Now what I'm looking for here is change tolerant loads. Loads where small inconsistencies make less difference downrange. Loads that agree with the harmonics of this particular barrel. Now that will manifest itself as differing adjacent charge weights grouping close together. To verify these results, I ran 3 separate ladders on 3 separate target boards. In the middle one, I also ran in the opposite direction, from highest load to lowest. What we see here is that charge weights 1, 2, 3 group very close together, and they actually group very close together in all 3 ladders, making this an accuracy node. However, the velocity range at between 25 and 2570 is really a little too slow. That would put my bullet in the transonic range between 700 and 800 yards and would leave it hanging out in the wind a little bit too long. Now 4 and 5 and 9 and 10 were less consistent here and were particularly inconsistent between the 3 ladders, indicating that these are probably scatter nodes. But 6, 7, and 8 grouped well here and grouped very consistently in all 3 ladders, meaning this is probably an accuracy node. And this is in a better velocity range. At between 2640 and 2700, bullets in this range will stay above the transonic range out to about 950 yards and remain supersonic out to about 1100 yards, making this a very good range to be in for the realistic capabilities of this rifle. Now, based on all this, I'd probably be great just running with charge 7, which is 43 grains. But being the geek that I am and really enjoying this stuff, I loaded a bunch more in this 6, 7, 8 charge range, and I'm going to go out and dial it in even further. I'll let you know how it goes.